Pet peeve. Something that a particular person finds especially annoying. It is derived from the feeling you get when you arrive home to see that your pet has peeved all over the place. I am an extremely particular person, and I find an innumerable amount of things especially annoying. Such as when someone's counting, and it's kind of hard to explain this, but the way that they say certain numbers, you can tell how close they are to reaching the desired number. Let's say that I, as a somewhat rational person, wants to count to 3. I would go 1, 2, 3. Awesome. But if you are a psychopath, you will say 1, 2, 3, and then just stop. Like an idiot. It's like you're leaving me on a cliffhanger here. Are you gonna say another number? Is this where it stops? Is the show over? Was it canceled? Or who knows? Guess you gotta wait for the next season. Something else I really don't like is when people put emphasis on the wrong word in a sentence. For example, I was recently watching the Five Nights at Freddy movie trailer, and oh boy, I sure hope that the movie hasn't come out by the time this video has released. And at around the 18-second mark, the narrator says,
"You've been selected as Freddy's newest security guard."
Let's hear that again.
Security guard.
One more time.
Security guard.
Your ears bleeding yet? You know why? Because it ain't right! Before you say something, think about what word you're going to emphasize. See how weird that sounded? My point exactly. Also, when you're eating and you try to stab your food with the fork and you just barely miss and it drags along the plate, and it just creates the most unbelievably repulsive sound. Just hearing it makes, like, my front teeth hurt. And it's always so unexpected, too. Like, I could just be enjoying this nice plate of beans. And then, all of a sudden, on the topic of eating, I cannot be around people who have, like, food on their faces and resist the urge to stand up and dab the shit out of their faces with a moist towelette. Have you seen the new Matilda movie? There's a scene where this kid Bruce is eating an entire chocolate cake with a comedically large spoon, and although the choreography is actually super impressive, the entire time I was cringing so hard that I think I reached my lower intestine. But something that makes me equally, if not more, disgusted is probably the smell of chewing gum. It's just so gross. I hate gum in general. I think chewing on something for that long just means you overcooked it. I swear the next time I get offered a piece of gum, it better be medium rare. I'm gonna lose my shit. And the smell just makes me so nauseous. And my mom is literally always chewing gum in the car, and it always stinks up the whole thing. There's no way that those fumes are not toxic to humans, and I shouldn't be wearing a hazmat suit right now. And have you ever been to a restaurant and the entire menu is just in French or Italian? Like, what in tarnation is a... You know, I was gonna do a bit here where I purposefully butcher everything on this menu, but I don't even know where to start. This is America! What the f*** is a seafood boobalese? Have you ever been to one of those modern art museums? If so, you would be familiar with the works of such prolific abstract artists as my 4-year-old cousin, a dandelion that was just given consciousness and is very confused, and R2-D2. And I bet you couldn't tell that all of those were actually made by real, adult, grown people who with fully developed brains. And I am absolutely baffled with the idea that a real-life human being can make something like this and feel like they've actually accomplished something. So maybe this is just my opinion, but farting paint onto a canvas and calling it abstract does not at all make you an artist. And it's not just paintings either. Look at this. That's just a medicine cabinet without any doors. And apparently, it's worth $2 million. You know how many beans I could buy with that? 3,834,636,871.51. I counted. What am I doing with my life? And this one sold for 19.2 million things at the dollar store. It's just a massive pill cabinet. I don't even want to know how many beans that's worth. On a slightly less frustrating note, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that you have walked outside at some point of your life. If this is the case, you may have experienced the very unpleasant feeling of a blade of grass or leaf very gently brushing against your leg. So subtly that you can tell something touched you, but you can't tell what. Because this happens to me all the time, and every single time, without fail, I jump to attention, completely ready to attack. And have you noticed that every single time you go to somebody's house, there's an entirely different system of light switches? If you think that your light switch system is logical, let me be the first to tell you, as somebody who does not live in your house, as far as you've noticed. What? It is not. I flick one on and the blender turns on. I flick on another and the sofa unfurls itself, revealing that it's a Decepticon. What is happening here? Look at this abomination. Apologies to all my blind viewers out there, but consider yourselves lucky that you can't see this. Also, apparently this is what light switches look like in Australia. It's so small.
No, I swear, it's average.
How many times do you end up stubbing your finger on the wall before you can actually turn the lights on? Have you ever heard the song Eye of the Tiger by Survivor? It is 4 minutes long, and the first 50 seconds of it, that's 20% of the song, is just an instrumental intro. I cannot count the amount of times I've been in the car, the song comes on the radio, and I accidentally start singing too early. Yo, no way, I love this song. Rising up. Shut up! Hey, thanks for watching, and thank you all for 800 subscribers. Almost at 1 billion. Let's get there before Mr. Beast does. And let's have some real talk for a second. Of course, all the things that were mentioned in this video piss me off immensely. There's one thing that pushes my buttons possibly more than all of these combined. And that is when you don't push my buttons. That's right. Get down here, push my buttons. We got buttons galore. We got the subscribe button. We got the like button. We got the share button. We got the dislike button. Stay away from that one, actually. Leave a comment, check out some other videos, all that jazz, and thank you for watching. See you on the flippity flop. Also, watch out for shorts because I make those now.